Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lecture. In the last class, we discussed questions from exercise. Today, we'll continue from there. So, we have discussed till now 9 formulas or identities in which the first was x plus y whole square. Y whole because a bracket is there. Then we say formula 2 x minus y whole square. Formula number 3 was x square minus y square. I'm not saying whole over here because there is no bracket. The formula 1 was factor form, formula 2 was factor form, formula 3 is expanded form. Try to understand the differences. Okay. Formula number 4 is x plus a bracket x plus b. So answer was x square plus a plus b x plus ab. Now formula number 5, we have done x plus y plus z whole square. This was the factor form and the expanded form was this one, x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Now I have told you, if you remember this formula, that is the plus 1, you can write any formula using this plus 1. Suppose questions come, what is formula of x minus y plus z whole square? What you have to do? Just have to replace in this above formula y with minus y and you will get the formula. Similarly, x plus y minus z whole square you can find, minus x plus y plus z whole square you can find, or this one also. So I've shown you 5-6 forms of the same formula, or you can say this is the parent and these all are child of the parent. So you can obtain any formula using the parent formula. One more thing I wanted to tell you that this thing x plus y minus z and minus x minus y plus z, they are same things. What it means that whether you take z as negative or you take minus x and y as negative, they both are same. How? Let me show you. Supposing this one you take negative as common, what will happen? Negative common, bracket x plus y minus z, bracket close, other bracket close, and square. Now what will happen? This negative because of the square will become positive and the answer will again become x plus y minus z whole square. So you can say this formula and this formula are same only. Okay. It is just a way of seeing the question. Okay. Similarly, this minus x plus y plus z whole square is same as x minus y minus z whole square. Same way you can check this thing also. Let me tell you how. Here also if you take negative as common, what will happen? Minus will come outside. But whatever was positive earlier will become negative now. So x was positive earlier, it becomes minus x. Then minus y was there, it becomes plus y, and minus it becomes plus z, bracket close, square. We all know negative square is positive, so we'll get the same value back, that is minus x plus y plus z whole square. So either you take this form or you take this form, you are correct in both the answers. Okay, so never be confused with this thing. After this we did formula number 6, that is x plus y whole cube. X plus y whole cube. It is read as actually x plus y into x plus y into x plus y. This is the factor form. Now when you expand this formula, the formula is x cube plus y cube plus 3xy bracket x plus y. And when you further open it, it becomes x cube y cube 3x square y plus 3xy square. I hope you got this formula. Now I've told you this is the parent formula because the positive formula we take as parent formula. So this formula number 7, if you want to learn, you can learn. If you don't want to learn, you can use the parent formula and obtain its value very easily anytime. The formula is x cube minus y cube minus 3xy x minus y, or this one. Okay. This is a general recap of what we have done earlier, so that today we will see formula number 10, which is the last formula of this chapter. Okay. Now formula number 8, x cube plus y cube. This is different from x plus y whole cube. Try to understand the difference. X plus y whole cube is the factor form and x cube plus y cube is the expanded form. Okay, so the formula of this one is different, that is x plus y bracket close, next bracket x square minus xy plus y square. So you can see you have first term, you have second term, and they both are getting multiplied. So this is known as factor form. This is known as, yes, this is known as expanded form. Okay, I've given you a question also in the last class where you had to verify this formula. I've told you that you have to solve the right hand side. How you have to solve the right hand side? You will multiply x into the complete term, that is this and the last one. Similarly, plus sign will come, then y into this thing and this thing. When you solve it, what will happen? All terms will cancel and the remaining will be x cube plus y cube, which is your left hand side. So you have verified the formula with this thing. Okay, similarly formula number 9 is x cube minus y cube, and this is the formula. One simple trick for you to understand the formula, but whenever it comes in front of you, whenever this formula comes x cube plus y cube, just see first term is as it is without the cubes, that is x plus y. You can correlate like this. First term is as it is and second term is having negative. When formula is of positive, there is one negative for xy. Now see the next formula. Here first term will be same, that is x minus y as the formula is, and as in the question we have negative, so here we have a positive. So like this you can form some what you say ideas in your mind to remember these two formulas. Okay, now comes the new formula for today. This is one of the most important formula. Okay, it is also a very easy formula. The formula is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Again, if you understand, this is factorized form or expanded form. What do you say? It is the expanded form because we have plus sign coming in between the terms. Now, the factor form of this expanded form is given by x plus y plus z bracket close, next bracket x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Don't confuse with the formula of what you say formula number 5. Here we don't have 2xy, 2yz, 2zx. Kindly mind that thing. Okay, here we just have minus xy, minus yz and minus zx. Okay. Second thing, a special case. Suppose you have a question in which the value of these three variables, that is the sum of x, y and z, is how much? 0. Suppose a special case that the sum of these three is 0. So if this thing becomes 0, what will happen due to this? It is multiplying with its complete term, and we know 0 into any term, answer is 0. That means this complete right hand side will become how much? 0. So we can say that x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3xyz. So we have taken this to right side and this became our new formula. But this formula is only in a special case, and that special case is what? When the sum of x, y and z is 0. Okay. Now a question in this exercise, question number 10, that is 64 m cube minus 343 n cube. Just seeing the question, the thing that comes to my mind is it is a expanded form and having a cube also. So we have to use the formula of cube which is in expanded form. So if you remember, it is the formula same as x cube minus y cube. So first of all, I have to write this question in this way. Because we know 64 came from 4 cube, so we can write 64 m cube as 4m whole cube. Similarly, negative sign as it is. 343 came from 7 cube, so 7n whole cube. So we have made the question like this. Now it is easy for us to, what do you say, to correlate with the formula. Formula is x cube minus y cube. Now if you relate these two, now if you compare x cube and 4m cube, you can say x equal to how much? 4m. And when you relate minus minus, they are equal. Now relate y and this, you can say y equal to 7n. The formula is very simple. X minus y, x square plus xy plus y square. Just put the value. X is how much? 4n. Y is how much? 7n. X square. So you can see I have done nothing. Just after understanding the value of x and y, you need to just put the values in the place of variable and you will get the answer very easily. Okay, this is the final answer. Now, question number 11, factorize 27x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 9xyz. Somehow, it looks to me like the last formula that we have done, that is formula number 10. But before applying the formula, we need to make the structure of question exactly similar to the formula. Although it is looking like the formula, but it needs little bit of trimming and grooming. Okay, so let's trim and groom the question so that it looks similar to the formula. Formula we have studied is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Here we have minus 9xyz. So we have to make it something like that. Second thing, question variables are xyz. So is it safe to write the formula in terms of xyz? No. Better we write the formula in other variables. I have taken a, b and c. Before taking a, b, c, I have rewrite the question like this. 27x cube may have come from 3x whole cube. Very easy. Y cube must have come from y bracket whole cube. Simple. Z may have come from z whole cube. Now we don't need to see this thing because we know minus 3abc. So just put a minus 3. A is how much? 3x. B is how much? Y. And C is how much? Z. So again, I have not considered this, but I have used these three terms only to write the last term. If you check 3 3 is 9, x, y, z. So they both are similar only. So we are correct in this thing. Now, the formula I have written over here, a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is equal to a plus b plus c bracket close a square b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. Now compare the question and the formula. We can say a is same as 3x, b is same as y and c is same as z. Now just put the value of ABC in this right hand side and you have your answer. Okay, it is not difficult. Just after finding the values of ABC, we have to put these values in the main formula, that is the right hand side. So you have to solve it on your own. I hope you can solve it. Kindly solve. Okay. Now question number 12, x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. This is formula number 10. We know its answer is x plus y plus z bracket again x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. That is the formula. But this time they have given something different to us on the right hand side. Just by looking at it, you have an idea that it is wrong. What we have learned is something different. The question is saying you have to verify. That means it is correct. Maybe they have rearranged the terms in the answer or the formula so that they have got this term. So to check, we have to solve this right hand side. We have to solve this right hand side. Very easy it is. First solve this bracket, the square one. Open these whole squares and try to rearrange them in such a way that you get the original formula. As soon as you get the original formula, you can say right hand side is same as left hand side. I'm again telling you, this looks little bit complex, but it is very easy if you just go step by step. So I've written here for you a hint. The hint is solve right hand side and try to make it this thing. If you are able to make the right hand side in this form, you can say this is equal to this thing, which is our left hand side. So by this you are able to prove the question. Okay, I can prove this for you anytime, but I hope you to try it first. Okay, now comes the special case of that formula, formula number 10. Without actually, sorry, I will not written out here. It is actually without actually doing or solving find the cubes. So I am solving first part for you. First part is saying minus 12 cube plus 7 cube plus 5 cube. It is very easy for us if you find the cubes and then add and subtract. But the question is having a condition. You don't have to solve actually. You have to use the identities. And you know, only the last identity can be used over here. So let's understand what was the last identity special condition. The special condition was if the sum of x, y and z came as 0, the formula is changed. Formula becomes very simple, that is x cube plus y cube plus z cube equal to 3xyz, and that is easy for us. Now just check what is the value of x plus y plus z. So as minus 12 plus 7 plus 5 is equal to 0, we can say it is a special case, that is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz equal to 0, because this thing is 0, so right hand side became 0. So formula became this one. In this formula we already have left hand side. Let's write the left side again, minus 12 cube plus 7 cube plus 5 cube, and compare them. What you get from this? X equal to how much? As per you, minus 12. I have written here. Y equal to how much? 7. And Z equal to how much? 5. Okay. Before comparing, always see the power is also same. You can see power is same here. Then only we can compare, na? Okay. After getting the value of xyz, we just have to put the value of xyz in this right hand side and we have the answer. And you can see we haven't find the cubes. We just put the value of xyz to get the answer. So answer is 3 into minus 12 into 7 into 5. Now multiplying this is also a art. Multiplying this number is also a art. You can multiply this using rough column, but I didn't use rough column. I used my mind to multiply this question. How? Because 12 fives is easy. Many of us know table of 12, and it is giving a very good number, that is 60. Okay, 60 is a good number because it can be used further for easy multiplication. And 3 sevens are how much? 21. Now 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 1 0 is here, I have put this 0. So by this way I have done in mind. But if you multiply like this, 3 12 36 and 7 5 35, 36 into 35 you can't do in your mind. So this is also a trick which many people use to complete or solve a question easily in their mind. Okay, but in any case you will get the answer. The thing is about time. Okay. Now question 15, it is a simple application of what we have studied till now. In this question, they are telling you that area of a rectangle is given by this equation. Kindly see and observe the equation. Don't you see a simple quadratic equation over here? I have told you the degree of equation tells us how many solutions that equation has. As this equation has a degree of 2, this means this equation will have how many solutions? 2 solutions. Question wants us to find the length and breadth of this rectangle whose area is given to you. Very simple. If you factorize this, what do you say, this equation or this expression, when you factorize it, you will get two factors. Name any factor as length and other factor as breadth. What is the issue? So it is very easy. What you have to do is you have to factorize PA. What is PA? This is your PA. And the factors will be taken as length and breadth. I hope you can factorize it very easily. It is your choice if you want to do by factor theorem or that normal middle term splitting. Okay, you will get the same answer in both the cases. And you can take any factor as length and any factor as breadth. Okay. Similarly, last question is given to you volume of a cuboid in the form 3x square minus 12x. Now you all know volume of a cuboid is given by length into breadth into height. Now you will be asking, sir. Now you must be saying, sir, you said in the last question that degree tells us how many solutions we have. So now we have degree 2. That means we will get only 2 answers in this case. You are right. We will get only 2 solutions seeing this thing. But if you take common here, you will get the third solution also. So let's see how to solve. Very easy. What I've done is I've written v is equal to 3 I've taken common. What is left inside? X square minus 4. So 3 is the first factor I've got, and x square minus 4 will give me 2 more factors. How? Because it is written as x square minus 2 square, and b is equal to 3 x plus 2 x minus 2. So you can take either of them as length, either of them as breadth, and third one as height. I hope you got this. It is a simple application of these polynomials to understand length, breadth and height of a cuboid and length, breadth of a square or rectangle. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.